Hello friends, today's video I'm going to talk about tooth abscesses and how we can try to heal them in a natural way rather than going the antibiotic route and the surgery route if it is not necessary. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is to try and attempt to lance or cut open this abscess so that we can drain the infection out of it as best as possible. This will allow the pressure to be alleviated and the pain to be alleviated in a sooner fashion, and as well it'll allow any of the natural antibiotics and anti-inflammatories that we're going to be using to reach that and achieve a quicker result. So from once we've lanced it and opened it up and drained it as best as possible, we want to move on to bringing in our natural anti-inflammatory and antibiotic. There are many things we can use here. One thing that I'm hearing is oregano oil, but I want to caution you, oregano oil is very spicy, very hot. It's considered a very hot oil, so you can put it on there directly if you can tolerate it. What I would recommend to initially try, and it still might be a little bit irritating, a little bit hot, is to mix it with a little bit of a carrier oil. So coconut oil or sesame oil would be considered a carrier oil. So if you mix 1 drop of oregano oil with 4 to 5 drops of this carrier oil, sesame oil or coconut oil, and just mix it in there and then put it on directly on the spot, it would be less irritating but still have the medicinal qualities. Another thing people are using is colloidal silver. You can put that in your mouth and use that as a mouthwash. These things you can, especially when you're first beginning, you can do these fairly frequently throughout the day, up to every couple of hours. The oregano oil, I'm hearing, is not something you want to remain on long term, but you can do it for a couple weeks at a time instead of switching with the colloidal silver. And a person can also incorporate all of these, or more than one of them if they're open to it. Another thing people are using for mouthwash is 4 to 5 drops of oregano oil in a 1/3 to 1/4 glass of water and switching with that multiple times throughout the day. There's a method called oil pulling where we take generally a sesame oil, but it can also be coconut oil. Both of them are antibacterial, so they'll work as an antibiotic, and both of them are anti-inflammatory. 2 of the things we're looking for. So the idea is to put it in your mouth, and some people have difficulty with it. They might find it off-putting. Generally you want to work your way up to about 15 to 20 minutes once a day. If you're working on something like a tooth abscess, you're welcome to do it 15 minutes even twice a day. The goal is to try and do it on an empty stomach. But this cleanses your blood and it does many things for cleansing. So this is a practice that we can continue to keep it and use even once we've moved beyond healing this tooth abscess. Another idea that I've heard is, instead of oil pulling with an oil, is to do the same method. I guess I didn't explain oil pulling very well, but what we do is we put these oils in our mouth and we swish them. All we do is we keep moving them in between our teeth. And what this does is it goes in between, in all the little cracks and crevices, and collects the bacteria, and then after we've done it, at the end of it, say it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then we just spit it out. Generally you don't want to spit coconut oil into the toilet because it hardens it at a cooler temperature. So in your wastebasket or something where it won't cause problems down the road. So that's the idea, and then after that you can brush your teeth with something natural. You don't want to be putting sugar and fluoride and normal toothpaste in there. Look for something. Some people just brush with coconut oil. So moving on from the oil pulling, is this next idea is similar, but instead of using oil, it's actually using water and spirulina, which is a blue-green algae full of minerals. So what this idea is it's intending to supply these teeth the minerals that they require to remineralize themselves and to heal tooth decay and all these other things. So a person can do both. They can oil pull with the coconut oil or sesame seed oil, and then throughout another time of the day they might do the oil pulling method with the spirulina and water. Now we're not only trying to approach the bacteria here, we're also wondering what's causing this, and what's going to create this a lot of times is our lifestyle. So we might want to consider short-term lifestyle changes diet-wise, and this is removing things like white flour, grains, beans, nuts, and seeds. Those have what's considered anti-nutrient in them, and they don't support the health of our teeth. So if we remove those at least temporarily while we're working on healing this tooth abscess, we'll know if we're getting somewhere, and we'll get there quicker, hopefully, with any luck. So that's about it. In the future I'll make a video on remineralizing the teeth and hopefully healing cavities and that. But I want to put this out there, so hopefully it helps some people that are in need and looking for some direction and want to do things a natural, healthy, healing way. Alright? Take care, my friends.